Hey viewers, welcome to VL Astrology. Once again, I'm Vanita Lenka. I'm a Vedic astrologer, and today I'm going to be discussing Sun's ingress in the sign of debilitation, that is Libra, a very important transit. And as you know, whenever Sun ingresses into the cardinal signs, the movable rashis, there are certain important events that we have seen in the past, and we do see every time, whenever in future also Sun will be ingressing. Important transit. Why? Because we are going to be heading to eclipses, two eclipses, solar and lunar. And we are going to be having this conjunction of Venus also along with Ketu in the sign of Libra. So when is all this this activity going to take place, and the dates, and how this transit is to be looked at, and how is it going to be impacting us all, I will be sharing in this video. So please stay tuned. I'm sure you will get something different, something new also from this video. In case you are a Vedic astrology enthusiast, do hear the summary part. And in case you want to understand what exactly this transit means, so you should, I think, stick on to the first segment as well. And if you want to understand what exactly is, the upcoming, eclipses in store for you all, the 12 ascendants, moon, or the Dasha sign. As you know, I see the Dasha sign as well. So what is Dasha sign? Where your planet is, whichever planet's Dasha is on, that is in your personal chart. So check that where it is placed. So make that your ascendant and see where the transit positions are happening in the sky. That will really help you understand your transit even better. And very closely, I have observed myself personally as well, that this actually impacts the maximum. So do check from all the spheres, all the angles, and then come to the conclusion about the transit, because your personal chart is very important. There are certain factors I'll be sharing with you that you have to see this transit, how you have to see this transit. I cannot mug it all up, so I jotted down everything. So let's start with the video. Slowly and gradually I'll be taking you through, and I will be explaining many things in this video. So stay tuned, and I'll be sharing the screen again, and I'll be showing you what exactly is happening in the sky, where the eclipse is happening, how we can check personally also the nakshatra transit, the nakshatra where the eclipses are happening. That's also very, very important. So I don't think so you'll regret this. Please do subscribe my channel and do share and like the video as well. Let's just spread it to the maximum. Okay, so let's start with the predictive as well as the Sun's ingress in Libra. These are all live sessions, so please bear with me in case there are certain things that I miss out on, or there are certain, goof ups that can happen. So please pardon me for that. All right, so now Sun's ingress in the sign. First of all, let's go to the Sun's ingress rather than jumping into the eclipses. Sun is going to be transiting through the sign of Libra on the 17th of October. As you can see, there's a chart put up here, and it is going to be in the sign of Libra till the 16th of November. Venus will be transiting here on the 18th of October. So 17th of October, Sun is entering. 18th of October, Venus is going to be entering the sign of Libra. So I have not erected this chart of Venus's ingress. I've just, can you see Sun is at 0 degrees? So this is very important to check, because Sun will be in the Libra sign from the 17th of October till the 16th of November. And as you can see, it is going to be actually, one second. It is going to be aspected by Saturn also, and is going to be in Rahu Ketu axis. Very important. So in Libra sign, we can anticipate some major important changes to the authorities, because this is the sign in the natural zodiac which represents the this is the descendant. That is why Sun actually debilitates here. And when we talk about the 7th house, this is also our enemies. So when you are checking, to start with, let me share with you, sorry, I have to share with you this. This is very important, how you have to see your personal chart, like how you can see this transit. So you must understand there are a few pointers that you have to make note of. No event takes place on the day of the transit. It has to be plus minus few months, days, etc. Depends on your personal chart. And we have to see that the readings are, which whatever readings I'm going to be giving and sharing with you, these are very general, negative, positive, whatever, you have to see and connect with your natal chart also. You may check from your ascendant, moon, and the dasha sign, as I said. You should check the degrees the transiting planet is in your natal chart. See when sun is going to be in the eclipse zone. What are the degrees of sun? What is the nakshatra it's transiting? So you have to see where the planets are in your natal chart. Check where your Swati Nakshatra, suppose here sun is going to be eclipsed in Swati Nakshatra. The eclipse, the sun's solar eclipse is happening in Swati Nakshatra, and the lunar eclipse is happening in Bharani. So check where the transits are happening in your natal chart. Where's your Libra sign? Where's your Aries sign? How is the condition? How is it forming a connectivity? That's very important. And you should see the eclipses always come after one eclipse after the other, like every 15 days. They have to, like every time they come in twos. So if it is happening on the eclipse is happening, the partial solar eclipse is happening on the 25th of October, then the total lunar eclipse is happening on the 8th of November. So this is very important to check. Also, you have to see the degrees and the nakshatras irrespective of the placement. If you have any particular degree where the eclipse is happening, so you have to check that as well. It is happening, the degrees I will be mentioning just now. Just give me a bit. I will be sharing with you the details as well. And you should also see how it is going to be impacting you if you're born in the eclipse also. Wherever, irrespective of where the eclipse is happening, where eclipse is in your natal chart, but you have to see the eclipse, that particular zone also. What is the connection? Suppose you have an eclipse in Leo sign. So that means this eclipse is in your third house. So this will be forming some kind of negative influence on your third house significations. So that is also one of the major reasons that the eclipses are going to be impacting you even more. All right. So these are the factors. These are a few factors that you have to check. And I've already made several videos how you have to see the eclipses. Also, when sun is in the descendant sign of, see, ascendant means the sunrise time. So this is the sunset time, and Ketu is there. So this is not just going to be giving only negative impacts. This also means that you're going to be feeling pretty much karmic, pretty much spiritual. You're going to be quitting the karma because Saturn and Sun are going to be forming a connection. And there is a NeechBhanga formed because Venus is going to be combust, though it is going to be in Libra sign, and Saturn is aspecting wherein Saturn exalts in the zone of Libra. So when you are having this kind of a relationship which is forming in the sky, that means you will feel oppressive. You will feel like doing things in a very refined manner. You are going to be very, very meticulous about things. You're going to be quite disciplined. If you're not, you have to be, in especially your relationship. And also, seventh house significations are going to suffer. Like there can be some warfares that we can hear. There are national disputes. And when you are looking at the mundane astrology, you have to see the chart of the particular country and see where Libra sign is. And then you have to obviously make decisions as per the prediction as per their chart as well. You have to see the number one chart, that is the annual chart, the Chaitra Paksha, Shukla Paksha, Pratipada. That chart is very important. And then comes your solar ingress chart, then comes the, then you have to superimpose it on your nation's chart. So people are discussing too much about the war, Ukraine-Russia war, and it is definitely going to be impacting all of us. So that is also very important. I'll be coming to that very soon. But you must understand that Sun is authority, Sun is politician, Sun is the government, Sun is the any kind of boss, superiors, authoritative figures. So they are going to be feeling quite restless during this time. They're going to be maybe making wrong choices, wrong decisions also. So one has to be very cautiously making decisions and take a pause and take without thinking. Don't just make a decision. You have to be very cautious because reputation is at stake when Sun is with Ketu. But remember, any kind of eclipse has to give you material growth, any kind of eclipse, because Rahu and Ketu are predominant, they are powerful. So material growth and spiritual growth is definitely very much predominant, because Sun and Moon, they are going to be getting impacted in the eclipses. Sun is the father, Moon is the mother. So when Sun and Moon are going to get impacted, that means you have to take care of your relationship with your father and mother also during this time, their health. There can be that there is some friction or there is some kind of, some kind of arrangement where you have to, maybe disagreement is there, can be related to your inheritance also. All right. So these things you have to take care of. Now, being a Hindu astrologer, Vedic system of astrology, I'm a Hindu myself. So in our culture, the temples are shut. Now, what is the reason for that? Because, Sun is the source of energy. And when you visit the temple, you go for wish fulfillment. You want to ask something from the divine. So any religious place, when you are going, you should go for, some meditation. That's okay. But, in India, it's shut. Why? Because, we say that during this time, your wishes are not fulfilled. The Sun, the source of energy, is himself, eclipsed. So that is why the temples are shut. And that is why, the Shuddhikaran is done after the eclipses are over. And that is why, you go for, you take a bath after that, and you have to consume basil leaves, or, holy basil, as we say. You can put it in your house, sprinkle some holy water in the house after the eclipses are over. So all these are the traditional astrology that we have to stick to. Being a Hindu astrologer, I have to tell you this also, that there is in Hinduism, it is a very relevant astrologically also, astronomically also. This event is very, very important. All right. So when Sun every year ingresses in the sign, after 18 years, Sun is in the Rahu Ketu axis and the eclipses are taking place. So this is definitely going to be impacting us. Look at, go back and see. I will share with you what exactly, when was the eclipse that took place, and what all events happened. I'm going to be touching upon that as well, because it's very essential to go back and see what all happened, because this is the culmination energy also. Eclipses are culmination energies and very important to check. Now, let's move on to the eclipses. Now, what is happening during this time? Okay. Now, this is the solar partial eclipse on the 25th of October and lunar total eclipse on the 8th of November. Please change your time zones, because these are all as per the India time. Now, here I have mentioned about the past solar eclipse and lunar eclipse also, which took place in this month, in this year. And it was in Aries and it was also in Taurus, Scorpio. It was just a few degrees away. So that's why. So lunar total eclipse happened on the 16th of May. So the impact lasts till the October month. So you have to see where your Aries sign was, where the nakshatras also you have to check. So whatever happens, during that time. Now, this is the culmination time. Solar eclipse is happening. These are the UTC time, and this is the India Delhi time. 25th of October, solar partial eclipse is happening in Libra sign at 7 degrees 50 minutes. That's why it's in the Swati Nakshatra. So if you have any planet in the Swati Nakshatra, please check and make sure that you check all the planets, whichever is forming a connection with Swati. All right. So that will be getting impacted. Lunar eclipse is happening on the 8th of November in Libra, Aries axis. Sun is going to be in Libra and Moon is going to be in Aries with Rahu. And can you just go back and see what happened 18 years back? So 18 years back, solar eclipse happened in the Aries sign, and lunar eclipse, these eclipses happened again in Aries Libra axis. Now, when these eclipses happened, the major, most important and very positive event that happened was Facebook was founded by Mark Zuckerberg on the 4th of Feb. So it's not necessary that the event will take place exactly on the very same day of the transit. So that's why I said, so if it was 4th of Feb, so it is because the eclipses, it was in the eclipse zone. 3 months plus minus we do take for solar, and at least 1 month for lunar eclipse. And also Google announced Gmail during this year. So it was somewhere around the solar eclipse, which was in October month. So these are two major important events, and there are many, like there was Haiti, hurricane was there, major hurricanes took place, and earthquakes took place. These are very, very common when eclipses take place. So that is something which is very, very common phenomena. And during the partial solar eclipse, the moon, sun, earth don't align in a perfectly straight line, and the moon casts only the outer. So this is why it's a partial solar eclipse, because it is not going to be casting its impact completely on that. So that is the reason. It's just the penumbra, the shadow. See, there are two, umbra and penumbra. Anything that you will see, has a, suppose it's here. So you can see the shadow will be like having two kinds of, one light shadow and one dark shadow. So the light shadow is the penumbra and the dark shadow is the umbra. So that is why, it is not casting that kind of a shadow. So that is why the, the earth is, from our perspective, from the Earth's perspective, actually, this looks like the moon has taken a bite from sun. So that is why, it's just a partial one. Solar eclipses happen at the new moon day, definitely, because the moon passes between the sun and earth. See, whenever sun is eclipsed, it's a solar eclipse. That means that, there is a moon which has come in between the earth and the sun. That is why the eclipse has happened to the sun. It has to have that kind of a shadow, because from earth we are looking at the sun. Now, when it is and where is this? See, can you see? These are the countries where the eclipse is happening. So Europe, North Africa, the Middle East, Western parts of Asia. So I have mentioned about the countries also here. You can make a note of the countries where the eclipse is actually happening. Now, coming to the total lunar eclipse, which is happening, on the 8th of November. Now, this is when Earth comes in between the sun and the moon. Okay, moon is on one side and sun is on the other side. Now, this is something, because it said that sun's rays, when pass through the Earth and that impact is cast on the moon, the ultraviolet red rays, those are actually emitted. Only the red color is emitted. Rest of the colors are absorbed by Earth. That's why the moon looks red. That is also called the red moon on the eclipses. So total eclipses of the moon happen at the full moon time, because the moon has to be visible. So that is why moon is eclipsed on the lunar eclipse day. That is why sun, earth, and moon, they are aligned in this way. All right. And obviously, new moon, full moons, we don't have eclipses because of the tilt of the earth, 5 degrees plus 5 degrees minus. So that is why when they are aligned, it's said that they're in the linear position, only then the eclipses happened, not on the Sijuji, it's not that way. Okay. So this is where the lunar eclipse is going to be taking place. And these are the, I've mentioned the countries also, Northeast Europe, Asia, Australia, North America, much of South Africa, South America, Pacific, Atlantic, Indian Ocean, Antarctic, Arctic. Okay. And these are the countries. So you please make a note of the countries as well. So it's a consolidated slide that I'm sharing with you so that you can make a note also. I have no problem. You can share it with, and you can keep it. You can share it further also. No problem. No copyrights here. And these are the timings, UTC timings and Delhi timings as well. So maximum eclipses at 11 o'clock, in fact, 4:30 in the evening in India. All right. So make a note of the timings as well. Now there is one more way of, so this is the chart of solar eclipse. When we have, okay, let me share with you. Now, this is the place where the solar eclipse is happening in Libra sign, when Venus is also in Swati and Ketu is in Swati, Moon, Sun, every planet, all the planets, the stellium is forming in Libra. So can you see Rahu is in Bharani, ruled by Venus. Venus is combust because it's at 8 degrees, Sun is at 7 degrees. So you can see 7 degrees, 49 minutes. So can you see the ruler of the Libra sign is combust. Rahu is as it is in Bharani Nakshatra. Saturn is looking at Saturn is aspecting the eclipse zone. So we all must be very careful about the agreements, the alliances, because it's the business, trade, economy, which is going to hit tremendously. Social elements or the persons related to the government, they will be actually coming into the scan. Frauds will be actually, or scandals will be coming into limelight. People will become very much cautious about the enemy. Suspicions will arise even more, uprising. And Venus, being the ruler of the Libra sign, is denotes film industry, glam industry. So somebody we can lose, or maybe certain demise or some scandals that we can hear more. In Iran, I have also erected the chart of Iran. Suppose people are asking a lot about Iran's chart, I've heard. So in Iran, if you will see, it is it's Gemini rising and Venus is in the 7th house. So the women they are going to be in power. They are going to be actually doing really very strong. And they have a Mars in the 8th with Sun. So definitely obstacles and hurdles can be anticipated because Saturn is transiting over the 8th house of Gemini sign. So there is a lot of uprising that we can hear. And after the eclipse is happening in the 5th house. So this will be giving some kind of relief, in fact, because, 5th house is youth also. So the youth is going to be in power, or maybe they will be actually talking more about, or they will be talked more about, or they will be in the limelight even more. So this is the house of also, the upper house of parliament. So the government will intervene in Iran's chart because it's a Gemini rising, as you know, as I've said. So it is definitely going to be impacting the women counterparts even more. So though Venus is in combustion, it is forming a NeechBhanga for Sun, but at the same time, there has to be some intermingling of women power and the government. There has to be some decisions that have to come through, something which will be in the limelight even more, of course. All right. And I have seen, when there is these kind of, combinations generally, in the Swati Nakshatra, especially, people become very much, invoked about their strengths and powers. They are just too much inclined to understand their inner powers because it's a Vayu element, involved. And sun is a fiery energy. So you will have that, ego also, ego clashes as well can be heard. So you have to be extra cautious about your ego. You have to mellow down a bit, and you have to be very cautious about your relationships in totality. And the desire, which is on the mental plane to achieve, be into innovation, be more goal-oriented, business intelligence, all those people are also, in the, if you are if you are an analyst yourself, so you will definitely be doing pretty well, but without any ego clashes in the teamwork, that will be helpful. Also, Lord Hanuman, you have to worship Lord Hanuman also. I'll be giving you the remedies. I'll be mentioning that again. But you can see Saturn is restricting the energies, and Saturn is going to be getting direct also. All the planets are forming a connectivity because Mercury is in Chitra Nakshatra, Mars is Nakshatra, Saturn is in Dhanishta Nakshatra, Mars is Nakshatra, looking at the eclipse zone. Rahu is in Bharani. Again, Venus is in the sign of Libra, ruler of Libra, in Swati Nakshatra, in Rahu's Nakshatra. So there has to be some confusion. There has to be some kind of uprising that we can hear even more, because there is a 6-8 relationship also forming with Jupiter. So there is no much saving grace. And in the when we hear about the lunar eclipse, there is a possibility of Mercury also joining in. So businesses, trade, commerce, speculation, that is also going to be actually getting impacted even more. You have to be careful if you are into a startup, if you're planning to, if you are having these kind of energies in Libra sign, and Libra sign is active in your personal chart also. So you have to be careful about these energies. Moon is going to be in Bharani Nakshatra, and that is where the lunar eclipse is taking place. So there is a possibility of you becoming more inclined towards the research-oriented mindset. People will be getting involved in the activities deeply, and the meditative energies are also going to be, spiritual growth is also reflected. Now, there is another way to look at this. As per the Sanghatta Rashi Chakra, if you can see here, the sign where the eclipse is happening is Libra. Now, Libra is actually forming a connection with Taurus and Aquarius even more. So they are the Vedas, actually. They cause Vedas. So if you have any kind of issues or problems that you're facing related to Taurus and Aquarius, if you have any planets there, if you have any prominence during this, you have to see the Veda also. So the 11th sign is getting this Veda. It is forming an obstruction, actually. Any planet in this sign will be forming an obstruction. Or we can say this Libra sign is actually forming an obstruction to Taurus people as well. So this is also one way to look at. And if at all you have prominent planets in these two signs of Taurus and Aquarius, then this transit is not favorable for you. So you have to personally check. This is for your personal chart. And for countries also, in case you have, like we have, India has a Taurus rising. So this is also causing a Veda to Taurus. If you see from the face of it, there is no connection with Taurus. But if you see this Rashi Chakra, then there is a connection forming to the Taurus sign as well. That means India is also going to be suffering because of the this eclipse in Libra sign. And when you see from Aries, where the eclipse is happening, the lunar eclipse is happening. So what are the signs which are getting impacted? We have these signs, and as you know, we have Jupiter in the sign of Pisces. So that is also actually getting Veda, or we can say that this can be a saving grace also, which is not evident from the chart that I just showed you, which is not evident from the face of it. But if you go deeply, this definitely is going to be helping this eclipse. So at least we are having some saving grace, the divine grace. So whatever will happen will be minimized because of this Jupiter here. Oh, all right. Now, there is one more way to look at it, is that we have to see the Sanghatta, Nakshatra, Chakra. Now, as per this chakra, what are the nakshatras which are forming Veda to each other? So as you can see, Swati Nakshatra transit is having the Veda from Rohini and Shravana. Okay. Bharani is having a Veda from Anuradha and Uttarabhadra. So can you see any planets in Uttarabhadra are also getting impacted? Shravana, anybody who is having the planets in these will also feel the brunt of this particular nakshatras transit and the eclipses happening. Whenever there is eclipse happening in Swati, don't think it is going to be only Swati Nakshatra people who are going to get impacted. Rohini born or Rohini planet, if you have any planet in Rohini, which is very prominent, will also get impacted by this eclipse. This is also one different way to see the eclipses and the problems in the other houses or other signs or other nakshatras also. Shravana Nakshatra, suppose you have a Lagna or you have a moon in Shravana, or if you have any planet in Shravana, check that. So this will form a Veda to this, this Swati transit eclipse will form a Veda. Swati becomes Akrant Nakshatra. Akrant means attacked. So if there is any planet in the Swati Nakshatra of yours, Shravana Nakshatra of yours, or Rohini Nakshatra of yours, they all become the Akrant Nakshatra. So any pious activity or any auspicious task, if you're picking and choosing as per the Muhurta, auspicious timing, you should avoid these nakshatras, because there will be some unfulfillment or there will be lack of positive energy that can be emitted when these are under eclipse zone. All right. So when the Bharani transit, when the Bharani Nakshatra gets impacted, so Uttarabhadra people, or we can say Anuradha born people, they will get impacted. All right. So this is another way of looking at the transit positions, just not Swati and Bharani, but these 4 nakshatras are also people who have the prominent Shravana, Rohini, Uttarabhadra, or Anuradha. They are also going to get impacted. So don't pick and choose the for the auspicious timings these nakshatras, please. All right. So this is something which is very important. You have to make a note of, and we are going to be. We must also understand that in the. I have missed out on one more point, because live sessions, and I tend to make certain mistakes, miss out, in fact. See, we must understand that the 10th house in the natural zodiac, where the eclipses are happening, where Sun gets Digbala, and we have Saturn there. So this will bring about problems related to the authorities. We can be very much inclined to temples, religion, or maybe, we are going to be very meditative, but one must avoid any kind of religious practices during this time, because it is going to be giving you some kind of, unfulfillment of desires. So people say that you should be doing mantra chanting, you should be doing different kind of practices. I say that don't visit the temple or the religious places during this time. Also, it can be that you tend to, get involved in some malpractices, like black magic and all that. That also is very, very highly charged up during this time. People can do the mantra siddhi, but don't follow the wrong practices. All right. And you also must understand that everyone will feel the eclipse differently. It is not that you will feel the impact quite similar to the other person, because the planets in this degree, of 7 degrees, 49 minutes, plus minus 5 degrees, if you have any planets. So definitely it is going to be impacting you, but it's not necessary that the whole Libra sign people are going to be feeling the similar kind of result. All right. So please make a note of all these, pointers that I have told you. It is definitely going to be helping you, and any kind of, in case you want to get involved in anything which is a new startup or something. So I think you should avoid during this eclipses time. All right. So let's not waste more time and jump into the predictive. So predictions are as per the ascendant, moon signs, and the dasha sign. So it's not mentioned here, but it is as per the dasha sign as well, not to forget that. So let's start with Aries natives first. So for Aries natives, this transit is happening over your 7th house. So 7th house is what? It is about the relationships. It is associated with the dynamics of the existing relationships also. So maybe you will be having some kind of inclination to improvise on that, or it can be that you will get right kind of direction now. You will experience some kind of, you will definitely be getting that clarity. You will also be more inclined towards new relationships. Maybe some breakup which you were heading to, you will get it, or you are heading to some kind of decision-making commitment. You're going to be getting into that as well. Also, there is a strong probability, because it is happening in your, the eclipse is happening in your 7th house, and there is a strong probability of forming a connection with illicit relationship with someone. So that you have to be taking care of. The lunar eclipse will be right opposite in your, in your 1st house. So there can be that you are going to be having some culmination of energy now. You're going to be deciding about your job, your relationship, the chemistry and the bonding. You will be making the decision. Now is the time when you will be mentally very charged up and very strong, and you will make some major decisions now. And it is also going to be giving you a lot of changes, chemistry and bonding with your employers, with your superiors, because there is a Saturn in your 10th house, and it is going to be getting direct also. So there is a likelihood that you're going to be having a lot of workload is going to be increasing, and Mercury is also going to be part of the lunar eclipse. So it could be that there is a difficulty in your startups, because Venus and Mercury both are going to become combust also. So it can see when Sun, which is the source of energy, is getting eclipsed by Ketu. So that means the rest of the planets are going to feel the brunt even more stronger. And we do have, we have to see the nakshatra, Swati and Bharanis also, see where your Bharani and your Swatis are. So that will also make a lot of difference. Taurus sign and Aquarius sign are also getting impacted. So see your financials, your friendship, your chemistry and bonding with your friends is going to change now. It is definitely going to be some new startups, new innovation. You have to be a little extra careful about, and you have to be careful about your investments as well. All right. Coming to the next one, that is Taurus. So for Taurus natives, this transit is happening over your 6th house. So 6th house is the house of service, house of how your communication with people are, how you can embark upon your fitness, your diet, your regime. Now you're going to be focused more on all those things. It's definitely positive for you, because you are going to be more inclined towards getting into the kind of treatment that you are looking for, the kind of health prospects, in whatever you have been going through, you're going to be looking into it now. You are prone to some accidents or something, some major loans or litigation also, because Ketu energy is there. So there are certain health issues which are not actually coming into the limelight. With this combination, there is a likelihood that you will get the revelations, and you will get the clarity also about your health, how you can go in for which line of treatment will be better, Ayurveda, herbal, or allopathy, homeopathy. So any of the treatment that you will get the clarity. Now you will get the clarity. Also, it is said that there is a strong probability that your chemistry and bonding with people is going to change at the place of work. You might just shift your energies from one thing to another, or you're going to be working a lot. You're going to be actually getting that kind of support from your colleagues also. And you're actually going to be having some major changes at the place of work. Now is the time when you will be making changes in your personality as well as at the place of work also. Your outlook is going to change now. And there is going to be some major event which is going to be little unfavorable that can also happen, but definitely good for material growth. The eclipses are good for material growth. All right. So coming to the Gemini sign. I hope you can see the screen. Yeah. So for Gemini natives, this transit is happening over your 5th house. 5th house is the house of children, creativity, mantra siddhi also. And you can be getting more restless in your relationships because Ketu is there. So you have to be very cautious in starting a new relationship. If you have to propose to that person you have been dating, you are thinking that, things are getting better. Now you think that things are better, but, suddenly you feel that there is some other thing which has come up and it actually spoils the relationship questioned. So you have to be very careful about your relationship and bonding with your partner, with your children. And children can be also one of the reasons for your distress during this time. Form a good connection, talk to them. Maybe you will get that clarity and they will also have that bonding, stronger bonding with you. Sun is in debility and Saturn is in your 8th house as it is. So you have to take care of your health also. And your children will be actually making some decisions related to your related to their education also. Maybe they'll be switching the stream or they'll be going in for some higher education. And you have to be extra cautious about your efforts that you're putting in. There can be that you are putting a lot of effort, but you're not being paid off. Whatever your energies are, your creativity, you're not having that celebration time. You're not going to be enjoying whatever your success is. You are not being acknowledged that greatly. Jupiter is forming a good yoga in the Kendra. So this will bring about this is a saving grace, but don't quit the job. This is not the time to quit the job. Stick on to the job you're in. And also there is a strong probability that you will get some support from your seniors, your authoritative figures at the place of work. This is also a very good time for initiation of some kind of business, if you are thinking of from a long time. Venus is in combustion, but it is also forming a very good yoga that is formed by Saturn also. And the lunar eclipse actually is going to be the culmination energy. Whatever you will start, you will end during the full moon time. New moon is the beginning and full moon is the ending. So this eclipse will definitely give you that growth and monetary growth. At the same time, you will be learning a lot during this period. So if you're not, if you don't, then Saturn has another different way of interacting with us. You all know that, right? So you have to be giving in to the to the environment, and you have to be learning from that as well, rather than just contradicting. Coming to Cancer sign. So for Cancer natives, this transit is happening in your fourth house, and fourth house is the house of family, happiness, your mother. It's also the place where you rest, you relax. So this might improve your home environment because it is happening in the fourth house. It doesn't mean that it is a negative thing only. It will be that you will be reviewing everything well. Your chemistry and bonding with your family members, your home environment, you might be just renovating the place, or you might be just, having that desire to connect with your childhood also. So this will bring about that that light to that particular area, that zone. So you will get a lot of connection with people. At the same time, you will be you want to connect with your own self. You want to be in that comfort zone right now. You can just start some new education, or you can just go in for some rejuvenation also. Relax. This is the time to just take it easy. You have been working and running around a lot. Now you should be actually spending more time at the home front. Spend with your family, with your mother. Take care of your mother's health. Eclipses will always impact the chemistry and bonding with your parents and your father and mother, their health. So you have to be taking good care of all those energies as well. And this will be like, this is also the time when you will be making decisions related to your family also. Maybe you will be changing the place where you are. Mercury is part of the eclipse, lunar eclipse. So you might have some kind of education. You might be going in for some business startup also. At the same time, you have to be very careful in your relationship, because Venus is combust, though it is forming a NeechBhanga, but it is in the fourth house. It is Digbala here, undoubtedly. Venus is Digbala here. So this will bring about that relationship quotient in a very different platform. Maybe you will be taking it further. You will be deciding about the relationship and the bonding. You want to make decisions. You want to part ways. You want to be in the relationship. So this is a very important transit and a very crucial one, because Saturn will be also aspecting this zone. So this will bring about some restrictive energies also. You might not be able to make the kind of decisions that you have to. You feel claustrophobic as well. But definitely, you are going to be actually changing the chemistry and bonding now with people. There has to be some pause that you have to take, contemplate, and then make decisions. Travels, avoid. During eclipses, you should avoid at least. Sun in the Libra sign definitely is just getting impacted by the Ketu and Venus energy here, because Venus is the ruler of Libra sign. Coming to the next one, that is Leo. All right. So for Leo natives, this transit is happening in your third house. So this will bring about a lot of communication. You want to communicate, but this will restrict you from communicating, because Saturn is also looking at the zone on the new moon day. That is on the Deepavali day. That is on the 25th. So the next day to Diwali, in fact. So what is happening here? You want to generally, when Sun is in the third house, we say that you're very expressive. But here you're the one which, like Sun goes solo. Sun is the king. Now he has to communicate with everyone. So he feels very uncomfortable. He wants to restrict himself. He wants to just contemplate or think about things when there is eclipses zone the Sun is involved in. Now you want to be more into that discipline mode now, with Saturn's ingress also in the Capricorn sign, which is in the Kendra. So definitely there is a lot of probability that your communication might be suffering here. You're writing a book, you're not able to concentrate. You are not feeling that kind of energy now, that positivity, and you are feeling low on energies also. See, this is the house of courage and energy also, vitality. At the same time, At the workplace, there are certain people who are just conspiring against you, who are trying to backstab you or not listening to you. So you're getting very agitated. What exactly should be done? And with this, Libra sign, for Leo natives, especially for Cancer and Leo natives, this is very important. Eclipses are very important. If you're born under an eclipse also, so the third house, double the impact. If it is in Libra sign, it is in the sign of debility also. So definitely this is not going to be that favorable for you. You're going to be feeling the energies, but you're not able to understand them, or you cannot use those energies. That is what is the eclipse energy is about. Unutilized, undermined. So what is happening? You're getting that kind of, you're getting the kind of opportunity, but you're not able to utilize it, or you're not getting that kind of right vent. It can lead to some complications in your relationship also. This is directly going to be impacting your relationships as well, with your friends, with your relatives, your partner. So you have to be extra careful about that as well. Remedies I will write in the description, because I forgot to mention in the initial summary part I was supposed to, but you can chant Hanuman Chalisa for everyone. I would suggest that Hanuman Chalisa is the chant, you should recite Hanuman Chalisa. Everybody should recite Hanuman Chalisa during this time. And Surya chant I will write in the description box. So make sure that you are avoid traveling during the eclipse time, and also buying books is not the right, it's not the right time. Okay. Coming to the next one, that is Virgo. So for Virgo natives, this transit is happening in your second house. So second house is that your main focus is on the practical issues of financials. You are thinking about how you can channelize your funds properly. You're thinking about it, but you're not able to, because your mind is eclipsed, your soul is eclipsed, your thought process is eclipsed, and you're not able to decide anything positive. You will make wrong decisions during this time. So it's better that you take care. See, for family values, you might just switch from one thing or to the other. This might give health issues to your partner, but at the same time, material growth is anticipated if you channelize your energies correctly. You do have that chance also. But at the same time, maybe, for the inheritance, you have to just wait. It's a prolonged wait. You're getting frustrated because of that, because you are not actually making right kind of decisions. You're not getting that kind of opportunity. The correct opportunity is missing. But at the same time, if you are more spiritually inclined, because it's Ketu energy here, so if you're more spiritually inclined, if you're having that kind of clarity, you will definitely gain a lot of financials because of this second house eclipse and sun's ingress here. At the same time, there can be complications related to your children. Your children might be traveling overseas, or they are going to be joining a job right now, or maybe some profession. And in your relationship also, there is something which is bothering you, or maybe your partner's health, or there can be some kind of, there's some slackness, or maybe some delays, and slowdom is there. At the same time, Mars is transiting the 10th house in Gemini, though it will come back to the Taurus sign retrograde. It is turning retrograde also on the 30th. So this is also, sort of an energy which is going to be channelizing towards, or moving into the wrong direction, of aggression. So make the best use of your aggressive energies or power to the positivity. In case you can, just formulate everything well, if you can just organize everything well, form a good connection with the people around you, teamwork, then things are going to be definitely favorable for you. And financials, of course, your outlook is going to change, or maybe you're going to be having a lot of expenditures also. So you have to channelize your funds properly. Only then there is a growth prospects which is visible. All right. Coming to the next sign, that is Libra, where the eclipse is happening. people are talking a lot about Libra sign. So yeah. See, Libra sign people, they are having these two eclipses in your 1-7 axis. New moon is the time when it starts, and when moon comes to the Aries sign, that is the culmination of energies. So when sun and moon are together in the first house, this is going to impact you mentally a lot. You're not going to be, thinking about anything or making right kind of decision. That is something which is going to be the actual base of this transit or the eclipse. You will have the time to think about, you will get a lot of time though to take a stand now, be more aware of the situation. But you know what? If you are not channelizing your energies, then this is going to be a really difficult transit for you. It is also going to be giving you some kind of complications or lack of understanding with people. You don't have that sense of renewal now. You will not get that kind of energy where you are understanding the energies of the people. So it's a confused state of mind. Ketu is detaching energy also. You will suddenly break up with people. Suddenly you will, change your line of action. You're doing something and then you suddenly decide, no, I don't want to do it. So that confused state of mind is because the sun's energy is number one in debility and is also eclipsed. This happened 18 years back. So just go back and see what all happened in the 2004, how things were in 2004. It might be a repetition. That is why I always take you back, because this is happening after 18 years. Inverse return happens after nine years. And after 18 years comes the same spot. So you are going to be getting that kind of opportunity to make right kind of decisions, initiate new things, or maybe, that comprehensive understanding of, direction of life that is coming your way. But at the same time, you're going to be missing the opportunity. So make sure that you make right kind of decisions rather than, and especially in the lunar eclipse time, which is in your 7th house, you should take help of your partner. You should talk to your partner. Maybe if you are in a relationship, not a good time to start a relationship though, but at the same time, this is going to be giving you that first love of your life as well. So see, what is your first love? Saturn is going to be looking at your first houses, is since 2020, January, it's looking at your first house. So you're feeling claustrophobic. You're feeling that you're suffocated at home or maybe where you are, status quo. So that is also giving you a lot of negative influence and negative energies. So whenever there is a NeechBhanga, it is like in the adverse situation, you rise. So make your adverse situations your positive situation and make the best use of it. Just flow with the flow, or maybe flow against the flow right now. That is what this is indicative of. So that is going to be helpful. Coming to the sign Scorpio. So for Scorpio natives, this transit of, excuse me, sun is happening in your 12th house, and there's an eclipse also happening in your 6th and 12th axis. So this means that there will be some complications with your foreign land, but money comes in from the foreigners also. There is that you are going to be making a lot of frequent, maybe travels, or maybe there is something which there's a lot of desire fulfillment or desire towards the growth prospects. You're actually trying to understand the latent energies now, because there is a Ketu eclipse. It's the eclipse which starts with Ketu and ends with Rahu here. So you are going to be feeling a lot of energies towards spirituality, rejuvenation, meditation, going for some, activities like, retreat or something. So you will have that kind of approach towards life where you are understanding things deeply now. You will be actually getting a major big breakthrough also now. It's a Dusthana and eclipse happening minus plus. So you might just go for a holy dip in the ocean or river, or, like something like getting into the spiritual path. So this will be giving you that comfort in creativity, connecting with the foreigners, connecting with the foreign lands. So this might increase the expenditures towards that, energies towards that. It's the expenditure of self also, because the lord of your lagna is also in the 8th house, and Venus being the ruler of the Libra sign is there. So this will bring about a lot of energy shifts in relationship, chemistry, bonding is going to change. Take care of your health. I repeat always, because Rahu is in your 6th house. When Moon transits there, it can lead to a lot of fear and anxiety also. So chant Hanuman, recite Hanuman Chalisa, chant Om Grini Suryaya Namaha Om, donate something in breads, donate something in wheat, flour, anything which is sun denotes. So donate all that so that the energies are pacified. Don't wear the gemstones of sun right now. If at all you're wearing, you can remove them and keep them for some time, and then you can wear them, put them on later. All right. And Saturn's energy from the 3rd house is also going to be actually forming a NeechBhanga though. So what does it mean? That your communication with people, the chemistry and the bonding is going to shift. It's going to change. Whatever you have been thinking and you have been planning, it doesn't happen that way. You have that trust factor, a lot of trust factor. Now is the time when it breaks. Maybe it breaks. It's going to lead to energy shifts now. So the chemistry and the bonding is definitely going to change with people you trust the most. So make sure that you are going to be listening or doing things very carefully and making decisions carefully during this time. Coming to Sagittarius. For Sagittarius natives, this transit is happening in your 11th house. And Sun is going to be in the 11th house, and there's an eclipse also in the 11th house. So this is definitely the time to stay away from relationships. Don't start a new relationship. Definitely not. You will get a lot of workload. You will get a lot of opportunities where you will be forming that kind of, you might just affiliate with people who might be having a long-term relationship with you. And your creativity, your creative self definitely is going to be quite heightened. You're going to be having a lot of increased desire to exchange ideas, sense of belonging to your workplace. Maybe, you are getting connected with the people in a very positive manner now. This definitely is the time to explore something new, innovative, or something which gives you that kind of connection with the people more. So we socialize more. So that is something which you will learn from, maybe from your seniors, from your co-workers. You're going to be forming that kind of connection with them, and you're going to be getting that kind of relief and that kind of support also. So this is definitely a positive time for that. Also, this can lead to some health issues related to your maybe blood, or maybe something related to your eyes, ears. So you have to be taking little extra care about your health during this time. And thankfully, Jupiter is transiting your Kendra, so that's a big time saving grace. It's forming a Hamsa Yoga also. So this will give you some latent energies towards doing things majestically. Latent. Why? Because Sun is in debility. It's debilitated Sun. It's eclipse Sun. So you will have those avenues opening for you, but you will not be able to utilize them now. After the lunar eclipse gets over, that is on the 8th of November, things will start moving. You will feel that, now the energy shift is happening. You will feel those energies even more. Any competition exam or any kind of new thing, that startup, anything that you have to initiate, you will be doing it only after the lunar eclipse gets over, because it's the 11th house energy. So your friends, your community will definitely support you. It's a very positive time for spiritual growth as well. Holy dip or any kind of place that you're visiting is a religious place, a spiritual place. You're going to be getting connected with your guru. So all that is also very positive, and it's going to happen also. So make the best use of these energies, these energy shifts, which are going to help you grow. Coming to the next sign, that is Capricorn. Capricorn natives, this transit is happening in your 10th house. So this will give you a lot of inclination towards growth. Your attention is career, your lifestyle, and you are concerned to ensure that you want your status, your name, your fame back, your recognition. You want to be recognized. So your main focus is on your personal growth. At the same time, there are certain people at the place of work who are not supportive of you during this phase. So at least for this 1 month, lie low. Just don't fall prey to your false ego or false prestige. You're thinking that you just, it's just you, because Sun is Digbala also here. So it is like, minimizing the negative impact also. So it is good for laying the foundation for the future. It is also very good for changing the lifestyle, your seriousness towards your work culture. Saturn is looking here. So this will lead to some major changes, important changes that you're going to be making, and you're going to be in the limelight also for that. But at the same time, you might change the chemistry and the bonding with everybody. You have to work through those energies. You are going to be feeling those energies even more when you are, when there is a lunar eclipse on the 8th of November. So that is like, forming a connection with the 4th house, that is your home zone, your home comfort. A change of home, change of residence, it could be, or there can be a change of job also. So this will lead to some important major changes. Your detachment from your work now is going to be getting over, and you're going to be getting involved in your work because you're getting that kind of recognition. So this 1 month is very, very important, very crucial as well. And it is positive as well, because your hard work is going to be paid off. Eclipses are not bad for your material growth, but they are not good for your for the relationships and the your own self, as a person, how you are, your personality. For human beings, health wise, they impact on those areas. But on material realms, I've seen these give exponential growth also. So this will definitely give you some name and fame. You're hoping to get that promotion. So you will get it once the lunar eclipse gets over. So I think you should lie low and accept things the way they are moving. Maybe they are slow, but they will definitely be taking some due course, and then positive energies coming your way. For Aquarius natives, this transit is in your 9th house. So this will bring about a lot of the 9th house would be changes in your relationship with your father, or a parental figure. New spiritual pursuits would come your way, or you would question a particular spiritual affinity. And this will also bring about some insights on the bigger picture. You're going to be thinking about how you can be more involved in things which bring that latent energy in you, the higher learning skills, mantra siddhi. All that is definitely positive. In the trine, you have a Mars also. So there is a lot of energy in you. You're going to be feeling that flux of energy, but be careful about your chemistry and bonding with people. This might spoil the significations of the 10th house, because it's in the 12th from the 10th. That means there can be a loss of job. So stick on to whatever you're doing, status quo. If somebody says that, oh, you're going to be getting a good job, please go and, we offer you a job, you leave your current job, and then you feel that, oh, I'm not going to be getting that kind of satisfaction. I was very happy in the previous company. So that is something you have the tendency to make wrong decisions during the eclipses time if you make so. So avoid And then, in the ninth house, this Ketu is there. And then once Moon moves to Aries and there is an eclipse in Aries and Libra axis with Rahu, then that's the time when you will feel that the decision that you for not joining a particular job or quitting from the present job was actually the right decision. Now you will get that courage, the communication, how you can talk to people, how you can move further on in how the growth prospects are, travel plans, exchange of ideas, all that is going to come forth. But at the same time, you have to be a little extra careful about your health, about your mother's health and father's health as well. And also your relationship with mother can turn sour. So you have to be extra careful about your relationship at bonding. This can also lead to some changes personality wise, look wise. You might just change yourself and you might get into that plane where you are following some spiritual pursuits as well. Your spirituality quotient is going to change. All right. Coming to the last one, Pisces. So for Pisces natives, that is the ascendant moon or the Dasha sign Vise, this transit is happening in your 8th house. Now, when you hear about the 8th house, you feel, oh, this is going to be a really bad one. But if it is in the 8th house, you face that there are certain, health issues that you have to address. So take care of your health. Also, there are certain losses that you have to deal with, but you will definitely be changing as a person towards better. With the eclipses in the Dusthanas, I have seen people actually making wise decisions, very much clearer on their perspective towards life, about the decisions that they have to make. This is also the second house for your partner. So about your financials, about your partner's financials, you will be actually working through now. You're going to be having that kind of chemistry and bonding. Another level of chemistry and bonding is going to start with this 8th house eclipse. There are certain factors that you have to look into. Maybe, you have to take care of your emotional desires, your emotional bent of mind, or your relationship question with people. That might just change. There are shift of energies, strong shift of energies whenever the eclipses happen. On the mundane level, actually, they impact even more. But individually, Sun is in debility, and Sun is going to be exposing, it will bring about the inner you into the limelight. What have you been feeling from such a long time? How is your intensity of relationship with your partner? How is your comfort zone with the people around you? How you can communicate with people, who you can voice your thought process? All that you're going to be working on when there's an eclipse in the 8th house. This is also the house of death. So this will be bringing about some birth and death. After death comes birth, after birth comes death. So there is a possibility that there is some new life coming into your life. So maybe a childbirth is taking place, or there is some, some new member who is going to be joining into your place. Saturn is in your 11th house looking at this zone. So financially, you're going to be growing. Rahu in the 2nd house gives financial growth, but at the same time, it actually makes you go through, take up a wrong path, leave the righteousness and do the unfair, make the money through unfair means. So lunar eclipse, you have to be a little extra careful about, don't make any decisions which lead to, some friction between you and your family members. So this will definitely be, giving you that opportunity also to make right kind of decisions, right kind of choices. You're going to be getting that clarity also. All right. Do the remedies. I'm giving the remedies now because I did not give in the beginning part. So you have to firstly recite Hanuman Chalisa, donate something in reds, donate something like jaggery. You can donate something like, nowadays it's very difficult to find, but yes, wheat, the grains, wheat grains, you can just donate that. Jaggery is also one, and you can donate something in red clothes to people. Also, you can recite Om Grini Suryaya Nama. Let me write it for you so that you are able to recite it. Otherwise, okay. Let me just write it over here. So you can just simply chant Om Grini Suryaya Namaha Om for 108 times. Okay, 108 times daily. So this will actually also help you. Okay, so this is a very good remedy. You should be doing this remedy. And also, if you can do the Surya Namaskar, I keep repeating that, Surya Namaskar, or you can do, if you can serve your parents, that will also be a good remedy for you all. So do the remedies and have a great sun's ingress in the sign of debility. I'm sure this will help you. This will give you that kind of clarity also. You will get, by the end of the transit, you will get that clarity also. The transit as in like the lunar eclipse when happens. So have a great sun's ingress here and do the remedies as well religiously. All right. Stay blessed, everyone. Om Tat Sat.